Hey everybody, Captain Gavtron here. Welcome to the last episode of the build. I was going to make 2 more episodes, but they're really, I want this to be over because I'm excited for Odyssey then. Right here you're seeing actual load-in time. I just threw this in there for fun. This is how long it actually takes for it to load in if you just walk up to it real fast. If you run up to it. Just look how long it takes. That's insane, guys. Come on. But it's turning out really well at this point. And you can see it just looks good. It looks good. Yeah. Anywho, what we're going to do today, we're going to finish the dino taming pen and we're going to make the dock area into the water. And I, like the last episode, I won't be here talking near as often, but just to give you an idea, and I'll jump in when I feel like I need to. So what I'm looking at here, I needed to figure out how I was going to connect into that door. And then after that, just some detailed touch-up work. And I don't actually finish the build 100%. The actual building portion of it is completely done, but little detail works that I wanted to finish, I didn't finish. So now what we're doing right here, to kind of figure out size-wise where I want anything, I just go and start deleting things, A friend of mine was actually watching these videos. I'm just going to jump in and say this. He said, Gavin, why did you put the exact same sound mix for every episode of this thing? I'm like, well, when you're doing it so many times, it's to have so many different files. What I did, I went to a separate file and I made just one random mix of music, and I used the same one over and over again. See here, now that I'm under here, I built all these things, I can just build straight all underneath it, because I wanted to do a walkway going under it. So because if you're running from one side to the other, you don't want to go inside and you don't want to go around, but it didn't work. But anywho, that's the easy part about this. Now that you're in here, you got all this hard work done, you can do this easy work, because from here you just delete everything above it, and see, that's what it looks like with everything deleted. And now, so you can build, you want to do a small pillar on top of all of those so that the stuff can, land can sit on it completely. And we're still going to be deleting more of these, but this is just to kind of keep me straight and organized. And at the time, as I was doing this, I wasn't sure exactly what the dock was going to look like, so I just went ahead and did all of them. But I figured out here pretty soon. Well, you'll see. I'm going to shut up. You don't need all the ones in the middle that I'm looking at right there. But anywho, whoa. Oh yeah, of course I realized halfway through I was doing stone. I'm like, you don't want a stone dock. You want it to be made of wood. But anywho, I'm gone. I wouldn't until I needed to jump in again. So this is the dock finish here, and what I'm doing right now, you got to put ramps here so that you can swim up to it, because you're in the water. You can't jump out of the water like you can in most video games. And this part right here that I'm looking at was the most annoying, because I couldn't figure out how to cover it up to where you could see, because I thought I'd be able to put another dock going down that way so it would look really neat, but it ended up not working. So what I ended up doing was just building a wall going down from there. It looks a little tacky, but you know, it worked for its purpose of this video, and I didn't record that for some reason, or if I did, it got lost. But see, now you got to get down here, and I put these ramps on each side, and I do fill in the ramp so it looks like they're being, you know, supported. Alright, so here's where we get a look at what the bridge looks like. See, it looks like it could hold something there. Why did I only show it for so long? And now we're finishing this other tower, which was a pain in the butt, but that's, you know, had to be finished just to look just like the other one. And I think I remember saying I didn't show a whole, you know, quite as much on the build because I showed you how to do this up. Plus, I left a description on the guy that really I learned how to do it from that other video. You'd be surprised how often you just get on your animals to build things. It's so much easier, just so much easier when you're riding the animals because they give you a different range that you can connect things to, and you don't have to be right next to it, you know. And all this, like I said before, can be built, you know, on an unmodded version of the game. You know, it just takes a whole lot more time. And these things can be picked up, these S plus, you know, things. They can be picked up and repositioned. So if you position it wrong, you don't have to destroy it. You can just pick it up, you know, and move it to where you want it. It saves you a whole lot of time, you know, because I made a lot of mistakes. And I didn't have to go make it. So there's that one's finished. And then I decided to put these little, because these are doorways that you just, you know, you build next to each other and you stack them up and it gives it this look. And it actually looks really cool, you know, as far as like a castle goes. But I did this to do, this is the top of the stairway that comes onto the ramp going onto the roof. If that's not clear, you know, I was going, I'll explain it later. Because when at the end of the video I go through the building itself to show it off, and then I'm like, I thought I recorded more than that. So either I didn't or some files just got deleted. And see, that looks a lot better there whenever I decide to stop showing it at full speed. There we go. It looks really good, you know. Because all we have left is the taming pin, which here I got the frame of it done. I don't know where the build went, where I started this. I didn't have it. But I wanted that same sort of thickness to it. So where you see the walls, there's going to be walls on both sides here to give it a sort of thickness. Because if you were to put something in there to tame it, a dinosaur, pick it up and drop it in there with a quetz, it needs to be secure. You know, you don't want a T-Rex to break out of this thing. So it's like you would build something really thick and solid. You know, you wouldn't build in reality just one little brick wall. It would be two brick walls filled with concrete and stone, you know, and it would be a wall, you know. It's exactly what it would be, you know. But anywho, so that's what it looks like. Right there's going to be a big doorway. And this was the finishing touch, and that was the last thing I was going to do. But there's a lot of things I didn't do. Like I wanted to go, and like I told you before, cover all of the support beams with walls. But it just took way too much time. Here I'm putting the door in it. And this door is smaller than I wanted to put in there, but, you know, you can't carry anything bigger than what would fit through that door on a quetz anyway. You know, like Gigas or whatever. You can't pick, I don't even think you can pick up a T-Rex, come to think of it, with a quetz. So you can't really put anything bigger than that, than what would fit through that door in there anyway. So it's for stuff like, no, I can't think of anything off the top of my head. A bear, like I'm riding right now. I'm slow, but you know, because my bear's got all kinds of weight on it. But see, that was just hollow and I wanted to fill it in, you know, and it looks a lot better filled in. And see, there it is. There's the taming pin. Oh, I have to get up there too. But see, you couldn't reach up there with your character just by itself. So if you're up on the bear, building on the bear, you can reach things like that. So I was going to do something up here, decided not to, but I still had to finish this bottom area. And I just made it a room that was a double-deck room, you know, 2 floors to it, you know. And that was the idea of being like the workshop area, you know. But anywho, so that's what that room was, because I had a hard time trying to figure out what I was going to do with it. And, you know, see here I built a ramp going across, you know. It's kind of like a smaller version of the dino barn, you know. It's really what this is, you know, because the dino barn has that big ramp in there. This is what it's kind of like, except it doesn't connect to upstairs anywhere. It's just downstairs connected. But, you know, like a real house, I wanted it to be, you know, you ever get lost in a building and you can't figure out your way? I wanted this building to be like that, like someone who was just visiting would get lost in it. You know what I mean? That's what the goal I was going for here in this build. And I think I did a pretty good job, because you can't just get everywhere you want to through, you know, 20 different doorways. You know, it's not like you can go to 20 different paths to get what you want. If you want to go to a place, there's one or two ways you got to go to get there. You know, and that's one of the things I kept in mind while I was building this, you know. And it turned out really good, you know. But yeah, that's the build, and the that's the build. That's it, you know. And it turned out really good, you know. Oh yeah, I've got to finish this, and then I detailed it like the side. And I ran into a little problem that the wall was a little higher. Or the walkway here was a little higher than the dyno pin, so I couldn't figure out exactly what I was going to do. But I figured it out. Excuse me. So you can tell right here, I'm like, oh, it's not lining up. So here I built ramps down to it, but I eventually changed that idea because it didn't look like it supported it. And I figured it out later on how I could have done it this way and really made it look good, but it just didn't look good. So now, you know, you're going in, you build the walls going down, and then the other ceiling on those, just to kind of give it that touch of, it looks like it could support its own weight, you know, kind of a thing, and it looks like it could actually hold something, you know. So, I mean, obviously, something I wanted to do was go in there and put big pillars, you know, kind of like I did for the see, that was the problem I ran into on the end there. It just didn't look good, so I changed it up. And I don't know where that is, but right here, show you how I changed it. You go down and then sideways like that, and it looks a lot better. But here's the finished product, guys. This is it. This is the castle. It's done. So guys, that's it. That is the build. It's done. I hope you enjoyed it. And I'm so upset it didn't last any longer than it did. I really am, because it was so cool. I should have built this on my own server and I could still have it, you know. But a shame, no, the server's not up anymore that this was on. And I spent so much time. I'm so glad I recorded it, because it would be a shame to have this video just, you know, just a memory of the build rather than here's the video, I did it, you know. But that's it. So guys, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. And I will see y'all on the next whatever it is that I do. Alright guys, thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye-bye.